Well, we got Miss Karen Knight Brazier with us here to share a little bit about her father is being inducted in the Alabama Auto Racing Pioneers Hall of Fame, and her husband, Mr. Johnny Brazier. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, good. So we've just had a good interview with Johnny, and now we want to talk about your dad. Tell us about your dad and how that relationship was for you.
Oh, my dad's something else.
Yeah.
He's my heart.
Yeah.
Definitely a daddy's girl.
Oh yeah.
He's been everything to me. My friend, my disciplinarian, my hero. He's been everything to me.
Yeah.
And I wished he could be here today, but his health just doesn't permit it.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't aware of that, and I was talking to Johnny when I called to try to get you guys lined up, and he shared with me that he just wasn't able. So let's talk about your early days and how far do you remember back? And
gosh,
do you remember your dad racing?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. The first race that I ever remember him racing, I think was in, I want to say Montgomery.
Okay.
And I think I was about 7.
Okay. Wow.
And then, of course, he raced in Huntsville for years. And then he bought the track.
Yeah. He's on it 2 different times.
2 different times. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I worked for him. I actually worked for Huntsville Speedway for several years.
Yeah. What years were those? Do you remember what years?
It was in the 80s.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, I worked at their track when I was like 14, 15, and in the concession stands where I started. And then I worked in the 80s, I worked in the office for him.
Yeah. We can't forget your dad's a veteran.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What branch of the service did your dad serve?
He was in the Army.
He was in the Army.
That's where he met my mother.
Oh, he met your mom there. Okay.
He was stationed in Colorado.
Okay.
And she's from there.
Okay. That's pretty neat. And brought her back
here.
To Lickskillet, Alabama.
Yeah.
What a culture shock that might have been.
Yeah, definitely.
So you were always around the racing and enjoyed the racing. And again, your dad was as Johnny and I spoke earlier, just helped so many different people.
He did. My dad's anybody that knows him knows he's a very generous man.
Yeah.
He's always helped people. And he truly loves auto racing.
Yeah. That's pretty neat that a guy can go into the service and comes out and, a lot of them learned a lot of skills and different things and come out and then start a career. And he got into what did he do when he first got back out of the Army?
He worked, I think he worked on the Arsenal.
Okay.
Then he opened a nightclub.
Okay. Wow.
And he ran nightclubs his whole life. Well, my whole life.
Yeah. Right. And then raced during that
intern period. And then he owned the racetrack.
Yeah.
He's done a little bit of everything, but racing was always his passion.
And you got a sister?
I do. One sister.
Yeah. Okay. And your mom's still with us?
Yes, sir. She is.
Well, good. So what does it mean to you for your dad and your husband to go into the Hall of Fame at the same time?
Goodness. I'm just tickled pink. I just tell you.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. It is such just a great honor. And I'm very appreciative that both of them got in.
Yeah, I think so too. Of course, I know Johnny a lot better than I knew your dad, but I've always seen the name on the cars and stuff like that. But, you guys as a family have worked so hard, in racing and the success that you guys have had as a family is pretty amazing.
Yeah. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
I loved going to the tracks with them and I liked working with them at Huntsville Speedway. And I've just enjoyed it the whole time.
Tell me a little bit about the friendships that you created through the racing.
Oh, they're kind of special because you see them and you're competitive at the same time. You want to beat them, but you're happy when they win. And they're long lasting.
They are long lasting. I think that's the thing that I get out of it is that, they're lifelong relationships and friendships, and you get to share in their victories. They share in your victories, and you're excited for them, and it's just a really cool atmosphere. And
it is.
It's genuine. It is probably more genuine than I think in other aspects of life. Don't you think?
I think so too, because I mean, they're really happy for you and if something does happen on the track, they're concerned, and they're just there.
Yeah, we talk about people helping people a lot in different areas, but it's even around the bars and the things like that, people don't realize that when a family gets in need or somebody gets in need, it's that group of people that are always reaching out.
Yeah.
And always helping. We've been going through something with a child here nearby that's had some cancer, and it's the local bars and things like that have stepped up and done so many fundraisers and things.
We do a lot of fundraisers for different organizations, different people that just different runs, and we work a lot at it. Johnny and I do.
Yeah, because you're giving back so much to the community, and I don't know that relationship with the racers and the people are just, I don't know. I just believe they're the salt of the earth of the people that, on both sides. And I feel very fortunate. I know you guys are in it every day of your life. And I don't know, there's not a better group of people that I can think of.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's really cool. So some of the people that helped your dad through the years, is there anybody that comes to mind that you think he would like to say thank you for? And, I know he's really grateful for Johnny's and Mark's friendship.
Definitely. Matter of fact, he knew Johnny before I did.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't know where to start, really.
That's fine.
There was so many people that.
But your dad's life and the reason he's in this Hall of Fame is not what people did for him, is what he did for other people.
Yeah. Well, he actually brought NASCAR back to Huntsville on 2 different occasions, and I know that Richard Petty won one of his wins were there to make him the King Richard.
Yeah, okay.
And he was friends with the Allisons and Bill Bonnet.
Yeah,
and my dad's he's just a good person. If anybody knows him, they'll always talk about what he's done for other people. Not necessarily what he's done but just for himself, but for other people.
Yeah. And tell me about his name. It's Press. Is that?
It's Ples.
Ples. Okay.
That's an old family name.
Is that right? Okay.
And Moody, he actually had a brother named John Moody, and they couldn't tell them apart, so they called one Big Moody and one Little Moody.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know which was which.
That's funny.
My uncle was younger, so I guess he was little, even though he was bigger.
Yeah, well, good. Well, again, we're going to end here pretty soon. Okay. Tell the people again what it means to your father. You think if he was here today to be able to share with us what it means to him.
Oh, he would just tell everybody thank you, and he probably don't deserve it, but thank you for having him and just making really his life a little better.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's really got to be something that I hope he's aware of it and he understands it. And
I think he does.
Yeah, so that's really good. So again, congratulations on Johnny going in, and a really special thank you for coming today. And
well, thanks for having me, and thank you for the people that got him in.
Yeah, well, good.
I think it's a great honor.
It is. Well, thank you, Karen, and we appreciate it, and so glad you came down today to share with us.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.